How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Michael Burry is considered to be a great investor of our time. Now, some people give him a hard time because if you call wolf enough, if you keep on saying that there's a bubble, eventually you'll be right and the bubble will pop. But there's no getting around the fact that he's one of the few people that made a lot of money in the 2008 recession calling the bubble. With that being said, he recently came out and said that he wanted to know if anyone knew how to short cryptocurrencies, stating there was a bubble, but just recently it came out, he said to CNBC that he actually owns cryptocurrencies and he's long on certain cryptocurrencies. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at some of the other big bets in the market right now, some of the news that came out today with the first Bitcoin ETF ever in the US trading and making history today with some of the volume that it's presenting or some of the volume that's going through it. Also, we need to look at some other on-chain analytics and news in the crypto space. So if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate that. Hit it if you are bullish on crypto. Also, hit subscribe. If you guys want, if you haven't already set up an account over on BlockFi, definitely consider it. Right now, you can set up repeat buys, and they're actually giving you a stablecoin bonus. So they're giving you another 0.5% back in stablecoin for all your repeat buys for the month. So definitely consider it. There is a link underneath the video to get a bonus. I really appreciate it. It does help out the channel, and you can get yourself some easy passive income from your cryptocurrency holdings. So crypto is looking good today. It's not at all-time highs. Bitcoin's not at an all-time high, but it's staying steady around the $60,000 to $63,000 range. We're seeing some fluctuation. A lot of people are calling for an all-time high today, and it wouldn't take much to get us there. Only about $2,000 from where we are now. BNB is also looking very strong after the recent burn. Ethereum on-chain data is showing us it's very strong. So there's a lot of excitement in the cryptocurrency space. We're going to cover Michael Burry in a little bit, but the Bitcoin ETF, BITO, trades over $250 million in the first 15 minutes. This is a top 15 opening day launch of all time, making history here today. There's already a lot of volume going into this. Now, this is not a spot ETF. This is not what we want in the end. Overall, people that invest into this ETF still will not make the kinds of gains that you make from actually buying just Bitcoin because there will be manipulation. There will be a spread. It's not great overall for investors, but it does give access to investors. Yesterday, we covered some of the news coming from Interactive Brokers saying that they are going to allow their investment advisors that go through them to access crypto. That's big news. I actually think that is just as big as this ETF because this is a futures ETF, but it's one of those things that this is historic. That's just something that's going to help the whole crypto industry behind the scenes, but still not as historic as this ETF. Now, let's look at some of the on-chain data. So update on the 2-week RSI channel that is called Every Bitcoin Top and Bottom in History. This is coming out from TechDev and on-chain analyst. So right now, our current RSI is 68. The projected top value is 93 to 94. They're saying clear skies ahead. What does this show? Well, every time we have a blow off top, like in 2011, 2013, both these tops in 2013, 2017, even earlier this year, we saw RSI hit this 93 range. Right now, we're still way below it. So what that tells us is we could be hitting $150,000 to $250,000 based on this data. Now, of course, this is only good until it's not. We could always see a pullback, but that is interesting to watch. That mixed with what Willy Woo is saying, which is the Bitcoin long-term holder supply shock, it should make you bullish. So basically, every time we see a dip in the market, we see long-term holders buying. The long-term peak accumulation signals a bottom of a market before an exponential increase. Now, we saw that back here in 2016, 2015. We saw it here in 2019. We saw it here in 2020. And we're actually seeing it now. We're at the max of peak accumulation for the last 5 or 6 years. We are still at $60,000. So it's setting up to be very bullish through the end of the year. Now, the main news that I have to cover here today, I told you that this is what we were going to talk about. Michael Burry, the big short, he asked about shorting crypto a few days ago. Literally was talking about shorting crypto and how to short crypto. Then he deleted his account or it got canceled or something on Twitter. And he's called a lot of shorts in the past, right? He's called a lot of them wrong. He's called one really well and called it right. He says that he's not betting against crypto now. He actually reveals he bought a couple of cryptos. So Michael Burry isn't betting against cryptocurrency and actually has bought a few coins. He clarified this to CNBC in a recent email. I've not been shorting cryptocurrencies at all. I have not been involved in them except for a dabble, actually on the long side in a couple that I see as, quote, better cryptocurrencies. What is he holding? Well, we don't know at this point. He still thinks it's a bit of a bubble, but he still wants to dabble in it. So what could be considered a better cryptocurrency? Well, I would assume Bitcoin because it's an inflation hedge. I think that is obvious for him specifically, but for the rest of us, that Bitcoin is not going anywhere. Also, I would assume that he is betting on some of the projects like Solana that are really highly efficient compared to something like Ethereum, but who knows? We could see him actually disclose what he owns here soon. We know other big investors like Elon Musk has been telling us that he has been buying himself and SpaceX company and Tesla. We have Tesla announcing earnings tomorrow, so that's big news too. Maybe they're going to say that they're going to start accepting Bitcoin again as it is green with China miners leaving. There's a lot of important things coming out, but I wanted to cover this because this is very interesting. Even the Big Short is not shorting crypto. He's shown that he's made a lot of money from shorting assets at certain times. And another person that I actually covered recently that has made a name for himself, George Soros, also owns Bitcoin. This is very interesting because he made a huge amount of money from shorting the Bank of England, essentially, or shorting the pound a while ago, made $1 billion from shorting a major currency. He has made a lot of money also from shorting currencies and shorting parts of the market. So everyone that is a big short, as they say, they're still bullish on crypto, or at least they're dabbling, or at least they're not willing to touch it, shorting it. Now, shorts are pretty low in the market. I think so many people are worried about a blow off top or are thinking that it is coming. Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000, then 130, then 150. A lot of people are worried about that and they don't want to put their capital at risk. They think that that is a losing bet. Now, maybe they will short once we get up to 150,000. Maybe they'll bring it back down by shorting it. But at this point, no one wants to short crypto, it seems like. Now, there still could be leverage. We could still see shakeouts. If people start leveraging their Bitcoin, which honestly, the leverage isn't that bad right now, but if they start leveraging and trying to push up the market, there will be people that try to pull the rug out, cause Bitcoin to correct, and then get some of that leverage out. So my opinion is not to go on leverage right now, even though we see all this bullish stuff in the market. I am a long-term buy and holder. I plan on possibly taking some profits depending on how high the market goes and when, but I am still going to hold the majority of my cryptocurrencies because I am so bullish. Now, let me know your thoughts on this down below. Thank you guys so much for watching and hitting the like button, the subscribe button, also checking out the link underneath the video to BlockFi, and I will see you guys in the next video.